There are moments in life when we feel an unexplainable pull, a silent whisper in the depths of our being, as if something beyond this world is trying to get our attention. It's not a voice we hear with our ears, but a knowing that settles deep within our soul, a sense that we are meant for something greater, something we may not fully understand yet. Have you ever looked around and felt that your presence here isn't random? That the things you've gone through, the way your heart perceives the world, the struggles you've faced, they all point to a path that is unfolding before you, whether you recognize it or not. If you've ever felt this way, you are not alone. There are those who walk this earth with a calling imprinted on their spirit before they even took their first breath. They don't always recognize it immediately, and sometimes life forces them to forget. But sooner or later, the signs begin to appear. Patterns emerge, guiding them back to something they have always known but couldn't quite explain. If you are committed to deepening your understanding of spirituality, if you are ready to embrace the possibility that there is more to your existence than what meets the eye, then take a moment now to like this video. Let this be an act of intention, a way of saying, I am open to learning. I am ready to see beyond the ordinary. The idea of being chosen is not about superiority. It is not about being better than others, nor is it about being free from struggles. In fact, those who carry a divine calling often face hardships that others do not. They are tested in ways that shape them, broken in ways that force them to rebuild stronger, stripped of illusions so they can see clearly. They may feel different from a young age, sensing things others don't, understanding emotions that aren't theirs, being drawn to the mysteries of life and death with a curiosity that others might find unsettling. Many people who are chosen experience moments of deep loneliness, as if they exist between two worlds, the physical and the unseen. They may encounter synchronicities too specific to be coincidences, a number repeating over and over, as if the universe is trying to get their attention, a dream that feels more like a memory. The undeniable sense that certain people and events are placed in their path for a reason. Nothing feels random. Every challenge, every heartbreak, every encounter feels woven into a design they can almost, but not quite, grasp. There is a purpose behind this, but it is not always clear in the beginning. The path of the chosen is one of discovery, one of awakening to something that was always there. But before one can fully embrace their role, they must first recognize the signs, the whispers, the nudges, the moments that seem to defy logic but resonate deeply within. The question is, will you pay attention? From the moment we take our first breath, our journey on this earth is already unfolding according to a plan far greater than we can comprehend. But what if the circumstances of your birth, its timing, its details, were not random? What if the moment you entered this world was chosen with precision, aligned with forces beyond what we can see? Many ancient traditions, spiritual teachings, and even modern intuitions suggest that birth is more than a biological event. It is a spiritual appointment. The soul does not simply arrive, it is placed. Where, when, and under what conditions you were born may carry a deeper meaning, a blueprint encoded into your being, waiting to be understood. Some believe that even the challenges surrounding a person's birth, whether it was difficult, unexpected, or surrounded by struggle, are markers of a soul with a great mission, one that required a specific set of circumstances to shape its path. And then there is the matter of time itself. Some say that the season of your birth influences the energy you carry, that those born in the stillness of winter may have a deep inner world, a reflective nature that allows them to access wisdom beyond their years. Those born in the height of summer may burn with a passion and intensity that lights up everything around them. Spring may bring souls of renewal, growth, and transformation, while autumn bursts those who understand the cycles of life and death, endings and new beginnings. Even more specifically, some believe that the month of birth holds clues to the gifts a person is destined to develop, that certain spiritual abilities, intuition, healing, discernment, creativity, may be heightened depending on the time of arrival. While many dismiss these ideas as mystical speculation, those who have paid attention often notice patterns. Certain people, born in the specific times, carrying similar strengths, walking similar paths. Could it be coincidence? Or could it be part of a grand design? Regardless of when you were born, one truth remains. Your arrival was not an accident. The world needed you at exactly the time you came. The circumstances that surrounded your birth, the energies present at that moment, the family you entered, all of it has contributed to the journey that would shape you. And for those who feel they are walking a path of purpose, understanding this can be a powerful revelation. It means that even from the very beginning, even before you could speak or think or question, you were already being guided. Some people go through life feeling an invisible thread pulling them towards something greater, something beyond what they can explain. They see the world differently, sense things before they happen, and feel emotions that don't seem to belong to them. If you have ever felt like you were out of sync with the ordinary, as if you were designed for something more, but couldn't quite put it into words, you may be carrying the mark of the chosen. One of the clearest signs of a chosen soul is heightened intuition. It's that deep inner knowing that doesn't rely on logic or evidence, yet proves to be right time and time again. It's the feeling that warns you before danger arrives, that guides you toward the right path even when it doesn't make sense. Many chosen individuals experience moments where they just know things, secrets hidden behind a person's smile, truths that haven't yet been spoken, outcomes that haven't yet unfolded. Some call it instinct. Others call it divine guidance. Dreams are another powerful marker. Chosen ones often have dreams that feel more like messages than imagination. They see symbols, places, and people that hold meaning beyond the dream itself. Sometimes they dream of events before they happen, or they experience déjà vu so intensely that it feels like they have already lived a moment before. It's as if time doesn't move in a straight line for them, but rather loops and repeats, revealing glimpses of the unseen. Numbers, too, begin to follow them. Repeated sequences like 111, 222, or 333 appear in the most unexpected places, on clocks, receipts, license plates, addresses. It's easy to dismiss them as coincidences, but for those who pay attention, they often come at moments of decision, transformation, or awakening. Many believe these numbers are a form of divine communication, small signals reminding them that they are being watched over, that they are on the right path even when they feel lost. And then there is the connection to nature. Many chosen individuals feel at home in places where the noise of the world fades away. They find peace in the rustling of leaves, the rhythm of the ocean, the silence of the mountains. Animals, in particular, seem drawn to them, sensing the energy they carry. It is as if they speak a language that doesn't require words, a silent bond between soul and creation. But perhaps the most profound sign is the way they interact with people. Chosen ones have a natural ability to comfort, to heal, to uplift. Even when they don't try, others are drawn to them in times of pain or confusion. Strangers open up to them, pouring out their deepest struggles without knowing why. Their presence alone can bring calm to a chaotic space, as if something in them carries a light that the world desperately needs. These signs are not coincidences. They are markers of a path that was set in motion long before birth. A calling that whispers through the fabric of daily life, waiting for the moment when the chosen one will finally recognize it. The question is, have you? Being chosen does not mean an easy path. In fact, for those who carry a divine calling, life often feels more like a battlefield than a blessing. The weight of a greater purpose comes with trials that test the soul, shaping it through fire, loss, and solitude. If you have ever felt that your struggles are heavier than those around you, that the world has placed obstacles in your way that others don't seem to face, you may be walking the path of the chosen. One of the first challenges is the feeling of not belonging. From an early age, many chosen individuals sense that they are different. While others are fully immersed in the physical world, they feel like outsiders looking in, observing, questioning, and seeing beyond what is on the surface. This creates an invisible barrier, making it difficult to connect with those who do not share the same depth of awareness. Friendships may feel shallow, relationships may struggle under the weight of unspoken truths, and there is often a lingering sense of isolation, even in a crowded room. As life progresses, this disconnection can become even more pronounced. People from the past begin to drift away, not because of conflict, but because the chosen one is growing in a direction that others cannot follow. There may be a time of separation where familiar faces fade and new, more aligned connections have not yet arrived. This can be painful, but it is necessary. The chosen are not meant to stay in places where their spirit cannot expand. They are being prepared for something greater, even if, for a time, that preparation looks like loss. But perhaps the hardest burden of all is the emotional and spiritual weight that chosen individuals carry. They feel deeply, not just their own emotions, but the pain of the world around them. They walk into a room and absorb the energy like a sponge. They see the suffering behind forced smiles, the sadness in unspoken words. While others can turn away from the darkness of the world, the chosen feel it in their bones. They struggle with the injustices they cannot fix, the wounds they cannot heal, the heaviness of knowing too much and being able to change too little. And then there are the spiritual battles. Those who walk in the light will always attract the darkness. The chosen often face intense periods of doubt, fear, and inner turmoil. They may experience sudden setbacks, moments where everything seems to go wrong at once, as if something unseen is trying to break them. These battles are not random. They are tests, refining the soul, strengthening it for the mission ahead. Many chosen ones experience repeated cycles of hardship, as if every time they rise, something tries to pull them back down. But each battle only makes them stronger, sharpening their discernment, deepening their faith, and preparing them for the responsibility they are meant to carry. There is also an unspoken sacrifice that comes with being chosen. The calling is not just about receiving gifts, it is about giving. It is about walking a path that demands more than it gives, choosing purpose over comfort, truth over convenience, and faith over fear. The chosen often find themselves in situations where they must let go of what they want in order to step into what they are meant for. They are asked to release the familiar, to surrender their own plans, and to trust that what is meant for them will arrive in its time. To be chosen is not to be privileged. It is to be tested, refined, and prepared. The trials are not punishments. They are initiations. They strip away illusions, burn away weaknesses, and carve out the strength needed to carry the mission forward. The path is not easy, but for those who endure, for those who refuse to give up, the reward is something far greater than temporary comfort. It is the fulfillment of a purpose that was written long before they were born. If life has shaped you through pain, if your journey has been marked by trials that seem heavier than those around you, there is a reason. The chosen are not just given a mission. They are given gifts, spiritual abilities that awaken over time, revealing themselves when the soul is ready to carry them. These gifts are not random. They are tools meant to serve a greater purpose. And if you have felt an unusual pull towards certain abilities, an intuition that defies logic, a presence that calms others, a power in your words that moves people deeply, you may already be walking in your spiritual calling without realizing it. One of the most profound gifts is healing. This does not only mean physical healing, though some are given the ability to bring relief through touch, energy, or even medicine. Healing can manifest in words, spoken or written, that mend a broken spirit. It can come through music, through art, through the quiet presence of someone who simply knows how to bring comfort. Chosen ones often find themselves in positions where people open up to them, revealing wounds they have kept hidden from the world. Without effort, they become a safe place for others to unload their burdens, a source of light in moments of darkness. Then there is the gift of insight, the ability to see beyond what is obvious. Some call it discernment, others call it vision, but it is the power to recognize truth in a world filled with deception. Those with this gift can sense when someone is being dishonest, can detect energy shifts in a room, can feel when something is off even when there is no evidence. This ability is not always easy to carry. It means seeing through masks that others cannot, understanding hidden motives, and sometimes knowing things you wish you didn't. But it is a necessary gift, a form of divine protection that helps the chosen navigate a world filled with illusions. For some, the gift comes in the form of prophecy, not in the dramatic sense of foretelling the future in grand displays, but in subtle, quiet ways, dreams that later come true, a deep inner knowing of events before they unfold, messages that come in whispers, guiding them or those around them. Many dismiss these moments as coincidences, but the chosen learn that they are not random. These insights are part of their role, helping them align with divine timing, warning them of dangers ahead, or showing them when to act. There is also the gift of manifestation, the ability to attract the right people, opportunities, and resources at exactly the right time. The chosen do not follow the same rules as the rest of the world. Where others struggle to make things happen, they often find doors opening without explanation. This is not because of luck. It is because they are walking in alignment with something greater. Their energy, their faith, their purpose create a force that draws what they need toward them. But this gift also comes with responsibility. It must be used for the right reasons, not for personal gain, but for the fulfillment of their mission. Another powerful ability is transformation, the spiritual alchemy of turning pain into wisdom, darkness into light. Many chosen ones have lived through deep suffering, only to emerge stronger, wiser, and more compassionate. They do not just endure hardship, they transmute it. They take what was meant to destroy them and turn it into something that heals others. This is why so many of them are drawn to roles where they can uplift, teach, and inspire, because their own survival is proof that transformation is possible. But perhaps the most underestimated gift is simply presence. Some chosen individuals do not perform miracles, do not see visions, do not speak great words. Yet when they enter a space, everything changes. Their energy alone brings peace. People feel safe around them, drawn to them without knowing why. They are living reminders that light exists in the world, that there is something greater beyond what we see. These gifts are not for personal glory. They are not meant to elevate the chosen above others. They are meant to serve. To be chosen is to be given a responsibility, to use these abilities not for self-interest, but to uplift, to guide, to heal. Some will embrace these gifts fully. Others will spend a lifetime running from them. But the truth remains. Those who are chosen have been entrusted with something sacred. And when they step into that truth, the world around them begins to change. The chosen are not here by accident. Their presence in this world serves a higher purpose, one that extends beyond their personal desires or struggles. Whether they realize it or not, they act as catalysts for transformation, shifting energies, awakening minds, and planting seeds of change in ways both seen and unseen. Some walk their path openly, their impact recognized by many. Others work in silence, influencing the world through small yet powerful actions. But regardless of how they operate, their existence alone carries weight, shaping the reality around them. One of the greatest roles of the chosen is to serve as a bridge between the divine and the material, the spiritual and the physical. In a world that often feels disconnected from deeper truths, they bring alignment, reminding others of what truly matters. They are not just teachers, healers, or visionaries. They are living proof that there is something greater beyond what we can see. Even without speaking, their presence alone has the power to shift perspectives, to awaken something dormant in those around them. Many chosen ones find themselves drawn to roles that involve healing, teaching, or leading in some form. Some work within spiritual spaces, guiding others through faith, wisdom, and intuition. Others are placed in completely different arenas, business, politics, science, art, where their influence is more subtle but just as impactful. They might not even realize that they are fulfilling a spiritual mission, but their very way of being brings light into spaces that desperately need it. Their ability to think differently, to challenge norms, and to inspire others often places them in positions where they naturally become leaders, even if they never sought that role. Yet not all chosen ones work in the public eye. Some move quietly through life, shifting realities through kindness, presence, and the energy they carry. They may be the friend who always knows the right words to say, the stranger whose simple act of compassion changes someone's entire day, the unseen force behind positive changes in their community. Their work is not measured by fame or recognition, but by the countless lives they touch in ways they may never fully understand. Even small actions can create powerful ripples. A single conversation, a shared insight, an act of love at the right moment. These things can alter the course of someone's life. The chosen understand that their influence is not about grand gestures, but about the subtle ways they uplift and transform the world around them. Some may feel like they are doing nothing extraordinary, yet their presence alone creates a shift. They bring peace where there is chaos, clarity where there is confusion, and hope where there is despair. However, carrying this responsibility is not always easy. The chosen often struggle with doubt, wondering if they are truly making a difference. They may question whether their efforts matter, especially in a world that can feel resistant to change, but they are never alone in their mission. Divine guidance surrounds them, even in moments of uncertainty. The universe aligns in ways they may not see immediately, orchestrating connections, events, and opportunities that reinforce their path. At their core, the chosen are agents of transformation. They do not just exist in this world, they change it, whether through direct action or through the silent energy they carry. Their purpose is not to seek validation, but to continue their work, knowing that even the smallest efforts contribute to something far greater than themselves. And as they embrace this truth, they step more fully into the mission they were always meant to fulfill. From an early age, the chosen feel different. Not superior, not better, just different. They perceive the world in a way that others do not, sensing depths where others see only the surface. This awareness sets them apart, making them feel like outsiders even among those they love. While others move through life without questioning, the chosen are filled with a deep sense that there is something more, something unseen yet profoundly real. And this knowing, this sensitivity, often comes with a price: solitude. The path of the chosen is not meant to be walked with the crowd. Many find that no matter how much they try to fit in, they simply cannot. Their energy, their frequency, their way of seeing the world sets them apart. They notice that the conversations that interest others seem empty to them. They struggle to connect with people who are consumed by the material world, who live only for status, wealth, or temporary pleasures. It is not arrogance. It is simply that their soul craves something deeper. And because of this, they often feel alone, even in a room full of people. This loneliness is not always a burden. In fact, it is often necessary. The chosen needs solitude to hear divine guidance, to recharge, to reconnect with their purpose. Unlike others who fear being alone, they learn to embrace it, understanding that their greatest moments of clarity come in silence. It is in these quiet spaces that they receive insight, that they feel the presence of something greater, that they understand who they truly are. But there is also pain in this solitude. The chosen often long for connection, for people who truly understand them. And while they may meet others who resonate with their journey, these connections are rare. They find that friendships and relationships often change as they grow, as their spiritual awareness deepens. People they once felt close to may no longer understand them. Some may even turn away, feeling uncomfortable with the depth and intensity of their energy. Many chosen ones experience seasons of isolation, where it seems as though they are walking alone. These are not punishments, but periods of preparation. In these times, they are being refined, strengthened, and aligned with their higher calling. They are learning self-reliance, deepening their connection with the divine, and shedding attachments that no longer serve them. And yet, despite the solitude, the chosen are never truly alone. There is always an unseen presence guiding them, protecting them, reminding them that their journey has a purpose. Over time, they come to understand that their loneliness is not a curse, but a sign that they are being set apart for something greater. The world may not always recognize them, and people may not always understand them, but the chosen know this: their existence carries meaning, their presence shifts realities, and their path, no matter how solitary, is never without purpose. The journey of the chosen is not easy, but it is sacred. Every challenge, every moment of solitude, every feeling of being different, it all serves a purpose greater than what the human mind can fully grasp. The chosen are here to transform, to awaken, to bring light into places that have been in darkness for too long. Their presence alone shifts energies. Their words plant seeds of change, and their actions, even the smallest ones, ripple out in ways they may never see. But with this path comes responsibility. The chosen must embrace their gifts, not hide from them. They must trust their intuition, even when the world tries to convince them otherwise. They must walk forward with faith, knowing that they are never alone, that divine forces are always guiding their steps. And most importantly, they must remember, their mission is not about personal gain or recognition. It is about service, about lifting others, about being vessels for something far greater than themselves. For those who have felt every word of this message, who recognize themselves in these truths, know this: you are not alone. There are others walking this path with you, even if you have not met them yet. There is a purpose behind every moment of your life, even those that seem unclear now. Trust in the process. Trust in yourself. Trust in the calling that has been placed upon you. If this message resonated with you, let the universe know you are ready to embrace your mission. Comment "Awakened" below and step forward with courage, knowing that you were never meant to walk this path in vain.